The Rich Orphan's Sefer Torah. In the year 1647, a certain Jew named Yeshaya Shlomo settled in Dobramizel. He was a very rich man and came with his wife and one child, a boy of 4. He also brought with him a relative named Naphtali, who acted as his assistant. Some people said that Yeshaya Shlomo was the descendant of one of the Jews who had been exiled from Spain, while others said they believed he was an exile from Frankfurt, Germany. 4 years later he died, and his relative Naphtali took over the care of the boy. The boy's name was Elimelech. The orphan lad showed remarkable ability in his studies, and devoted himself to them body and soul. When Elimelech became bar mitzvah, he suddenly declared that he wished to be allowed to live a life of solitude, so that he need not talk to anyone, and could study undisturbed to his heart's content. No amount of talking to him by Naphtali or his teacher could make him realize that this was no life for a young lad. He was adamant in his conviction. Thus he grew to manhood and married an orphan girl of his own choice. After 5 years of married life, he decided he wanted to resume his life of isolation, and despite the fact that his wife had borne him 2 children, he asked her to accept a divorce. He settled this matter by providing his wife with a substantial sum of money and also providing for his children's future. Elimelech showed little interest in his wealth, which was still considerable, and finally gave a major part of what was left for the establishment of a guest house for wayfarers, while he himself went to live at the home of the cobbler Tanchum, who lived next to the Beis HaMedrash. This was very convenient for Elimelech. He spent all day and a good part of the night at the Beis HaMedrash. In fact, this was more his home than the cobbler's house. Every night, after everyone had departed, he used to take a broom and sweep the floor of the Beis HaMedrash. This he did very faithfully. His daily diet, except for Shabbos, consisted of bread and water. In the year 1680, there came to Dobramizel Rabbi Gavriel, who became the Rav of the town. Elimelech learned from him that there was a very fine, God-fearing Jew who was a Sefer in Polotsk, and he decided to go and ask him to write a Sefer Torah for him. This Sefer was Rabbi Shmaya Zerachia, a brother of the Kabbalist Rabbi Betzalel Uri, and the grandfather of the Tzaddik Rabbi Yisrael, the pupil of the Maggid of Mezrich. Elimelech ordered the writing of the Sefer Torah, which took the Sefer 4 years to do. During the whole period of the writing of the Sefer Torah, Elimelech remained in Polotsk at the home of the scribe, and when it was ready, he had a Rabbi Pesachia read it through to see that there was no error. After the checkup, Elimelech took the Sefer Torah and brought it to Dobramizel, where he presented it to the Beis HaMedrash. When his children grew up, he got them married into fine families and provided them with their financial requirements. As for himself, he continued to live the simple hermit life he had chosen for himself. In spite of his meager attention to his physical welfare, Elimelech lived to the age of 79, and when he died in 1738, his Sefer Torah became the property of the Beis HaMedrash and became known, as we have already mentioned, as the Rich Orphan's Sefer Torah. It was this famous Sefer Torah which had now been brought to the house of the sick Rav, Rabbi Zevulun Mordechai.